Hey there, you filthy animals. Mr. Dirty back with another episode of the GTM show. And today we've got a Detroit-style pizza from the frozen food department by way of the Outsiders Pizza Company. This is a new brand that just popped up in stores. On their website, it says that they're only available in a few places, but that's not the case. It seems that they're available in most Target stores nowadays. Now, my particular Target had it like on an end cap freezer with like the double doors, and they had Detroit-style and Milwaukee-style pizza. And it seems they have a few flavors of each, and those are the two that they're going. They're saying that great pizza can be made anywhere. As I said, there's a few flavors of each in the range of the Detroit-style pizza, which is the one that most interested me. They had a barbecue recipe, they had a cheese pizza, and then they had the one that we're checking out today, which is the Detroit-style Genoa Salami and brick cheese. And bam, there you go. There's the package you're looking for if you're looking for this in stores. Take all that in. And yeah. It's in like a tray, trying to mimic the Detroit style that's usually made in like a steel, like a rectangle oil pan. So, but here we have like the same thing that Stouffer's mac and cheese or any of those, family servings come in. But yeah, if you look there, you notice that our salami on ours, the slices are nice and pink, right? Yeah, I had to dig for this. Now, as I said, it was on like an end cap freezer, and I had to dig through, probably like 7 deep to get pink salami. All the ones in the front, at least 4 facings in the front, all gray. If you remember in the past, when we did, I think it was like the Sasquatch pizza, something like that, I told you guys, like, keep an eye on the boxes, look at the pepperoni when you buy them, because I noticed when I picked that one up that an awful lot of them in the freezer were gray, leading me to believe that somewhere between them shipping it from the company to the store and when the consumer gets it, that these things are getting thawed and refrigerated repeatedly. So just keep that in mind when you finally do come across these at your retailer. At least you can look inside and see how they've been handling them. Side note, the Sasquatch company, after I had complained about that, I noticed a little shady business there where they took away the window, and now you can no longer see the product. You just get a cardboard box with a picture on it. But here we have a little window. We can kind of slide this sleeve back and forth before you buy it. You can check out the product. You can see what you're getting. On the back, I know a lot of you are interested in the nutrition fact chart. There you go. List of ingredients. Down here we got our cooking instructions. Looks like we're going in the oven at 400 degrees for about 27 minutes. We've already got that preheated. And we got little write-ups going on everywhere. You can also pause the screen and read any of that if it interests you. All right, let's get this sleeve off of here so we can really get a good look. And on the front, they're telling us Genoa Salami and brick cheese, but then they're also going on to say it's got white cheddar, spicy tomato sauce. So yeah, get a good look there. Can you see the difference between our white cheddar and our Wisconsin brick cheese? It's all shredded up. I personally can't. It does look like some of it's shredded and some of it is kind of like crumbled. So who knows, maybe that's the difference there. But yeah, we got everything going right to the edge. And if you remember, like if you've ever gotten like a Stouffer's family size mac and cheese and cooked that up, or even a smaller one, the way that the cheese kind of singes around the edges, you get like little crispy, like I don't want to say burnt, but it's like toasted off, nice and baked cheese, bubbly cheese around the edges. And you see that with Little Caesars Detroit-style pizza. You see that with Jet's Detroit-style pizza, the more famous of the big chains that do Detroit-style. So in theory here, with the cheese going all the way to the edge, we should see some of that like authentic, that makes Detroit-style pizza really stand out. You know, we'll see that going on here with this. Looks like a lot of the salami slices. We might disperse those a little more. A ton of cheese. Very, very heavy. Now, the price on this, when we found it, was like $8-9. I didn't really notice the price of the Milwaukee style, but a few of those were interesting. We might double back and check that out. Now I'm about to go stick this in the oven. I've taken the plastic wrap off so you can now get a better look, without any kind of glare of what the beginning product is there. And we are definitely going to spread out those slices a little bit more. Got some empty real estate. I want to get a little closer to the edge, but I'm thinking we might have a pretty good product on our hands here. Something different, at least. All right, so I'm going to run downstairs, bake this up, and we'll come back and see what we have for our Detroit-style Genoa Salami and brick cheese from the Outsiders Pizza Company. Stick around. All right, guys, we're back. We've got our Outsiders Pizza Company Genoa Salami and brick cheese pizza out of the oven where it's been in there for about 27 minutes. That's what they suggested. We let it ride it out. And yeah, not a bad looking product. Let me bring you in. Bam, there you go. Yeah, looking not too bad. And if you notice, at the 27-minute mark, let it go all the way. Yeah, you do seem to get that little singeing going on the pepperonis there around the rim. I'm not going to say cup action. They're not grease catchers or anything like that. But yeah, we did get the singeing. We're going to get some crunch on those. Very nice. You can see, as you look around the edge there, yeah, we did get what they call the caramelization of the cheese going on around the top of the rim and a little bit down the sides. I don't see a real glisten going on the side of the dough there. Normally on these Detroit-style pizzas, they're very buttery, very greasy. It seemed to be as I scooped it out of that tray that it came in after it was done cooking. But yeah, looking around the edges here, for as greasy as that tray was, when I pulled it out of here, yeah, it just looks bready, really. I don't see a whole lot of a glisten or a sheen going on there. But maybe it's got it in the bite. Who knows? I'm not going to knock them on it just yet. If we peek underneath and look at the chassis here, yeah, nice and well done. We even have, looks like some maybe a pre-cheese going on there, all singed up on the bottom also. All right, I got a corner piece here on the hook. So here we go. There's a cross section right there. As you can see, how much dough you get to toppings. That's pretty typical of a Detroit-style pizza, I would say. Here's our singed up pepperoni. Cheese, nice and melted out. We got browning going on. If not even like a toasted or baked action, I would say. Caramelization around the sides. Yeah, looking pretty good. So here we go. Down the hatch with our Outsiders Pizza Company, Genoa Salami, and Brick Cheese Pizza. Right off the pet, this reminds me an awful lot of something I've had before. We'll get to that in a few minutes. What is this not like? It's not like Little Caesars. It's not like Jets. And it's not exactly like any kind of Sicilian pizza that you ever had. Now, the main standout flavor here is the sauce and the cheese. The cheese has a slightly dank flavor to it, but it's very mild. It's not like a very pungent cheese flavor. The tomato sauce itself, it doesn't stand out as like a herby. It's not too sweet. It's not too acidic. They seem to have achieved, the perfect flavor there for it without going like way too seasoned, too spicy. As they said on here, spicy tomato sauce. It doesn't come across to me as spicy. It's more of a real nice tomatoey seasoned sauce. There's a lot of dough going on here. It's very bready. That's to be expected with a Detroit style or a Sicilian style pizza. They've definitely nailed the caramelization of the cheese around the edge. That's got a nice crispiness, a nice crunch. I think that's got the most cheesy flavor out of the entire thing. The Genoa Salami, at first I thought they were kind of flavorless, but after snapping into a few of them, I kind of got that flavor built up. And they do have a nice little flavor of themselves. I'm not going to dig through the ingredients to find out what it's made from, but I will say that I don't know what the mix is, but it does taste a bit beefy. Now the dough, the crust, outside of the caramelization thing. I thought it was going to be real dry and, not very oily or buttery, anything like that. I'm wrong about that. It definitely is kind of greasy. It's got like a bit of a moistness to it, but yeah, it's mostly in like the skin. Once you bite through, like the outer layer where it's kind of singed up in the tray, you do get into a real soft, as they describe, pillowy, almost like white bread softness, middle there. It's not undercooked or anything like that, thoroughly cooked. But here's where it circles back to, like I said, this reminds me an awful lot of something I've had in the past. The overall bite through, the texture, the chew, man, they have nailed Stouffer's French bread pizza. That's what this reminds me of, and it even ties in with the Stouffer's looking macaroni and cheese kind of tray there. And that's pretty much what we have here. It seems like we have a gigantic slab of a Stouffer's French bread pizza. And I can't hate on them for that, because those Stouffer's French bread pizzas are absolutely delicious. And this pizza here, it's pretty damn good. So I'm kind of left on the fence on whether or not this should really be called Detroit style. I mean, I guess it's got the thickness, it's got the shape, it's got the caramelization of the cheese on there. So maybe from that point, anything goes. The price point on this, if I didn't mention already, was probably going to run you between $8 and $9 when you stumble across it. Some of you might wonder if that's worth it. For a lot of people, that price point is going to be a deal breaker. Even myself at that price point, I could see us doing maybe a few more flavors just so we could check out like the Milwaukee and maybe another one of these. But at $9 a shot, I definitely can't see us doing the entire range. Hopefully they'll take a page out of Palermo's book in their Screamin' Sicilian, where they shoot out like dollar off coupons. But some might argue, pardon the lawnmower, if the mic is picking that up, the gain is down low, but who knows? It's loud to me. But some might argue that at the price of this, $8-9, it's right there with what you can get a Little Caesars Detroit-style pizza for fresh. But here, you've got the convenience of just going to the grocery store, picking it up, throwing it in the freezer, hanging on to it for a rainy day that you don't want to leave the house. Personally, I do not recommend trying to freeze a Little Caesars or Jet's pizza and have that hanging around for like a month. A lot of the stuff on the list of ingredients that you don't know what it is, a lot of that's preservatives. So at the end of the day, in my opinion, what we got here is a high-quality frozen pizza that's going to come with a high-quality price tag. As I already mentioned, I can definitely see myself picking this up, or at least a few of the other flavors to try out. So yeah, for the Outsiders Detroit-style salami and brick cheese pizza, I'm going to give this a high 4 out of 5. Alright, so once again, there you have it. Outsiders Pizza Company and their Detroit-style Genoa Salami and brick cheese pizza. If you see this on store shelves, I definitely recommend you give it a try. I'm Mr. Dirty. This is the GTM Show. Don't forget you can buy Knucklehead shirts and hoodies down in the description. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at TheRealMrDirty. And as always, get out of here. Go have a rotten day.